Hey, what's up, people? What's going on? Back at you for session number two. Black Quarterback Forum YouTube channel and Black QBs in Effect website. Me and my man Smee. So
What up? What up?
we're gonna finish talking about the league in general, and then we're just gonna roll right into our Black quarterback play and performance that we always do recap with. So just getting back to the league, there were some articles about Bryce Young and his performance, obviously not been great. So they're 0-6, right?
On 6.
So the
Waiting for
question
that
the question came up, is he a bust or not? I mean, it's too early to tell, right? My man
buy. I
Speed was,
agree. He's got really no offensive weapons, no running back game, no O line. He really has no weapons. But the question is, is one first round draft pick gonna change that? But they did get the Bears pick, you know what I mean, in the trade with DJ Moore. So, or no, they gave up their first round pick. So they don't even have that. So it's just with Bryce Young, I just don't you can't really say if it's a bust or not.
right, he's got good pocket presence awareness. He does look a little smallish, I will say. I mean, I know people on TV ain't never gonna say that, but we got to see if he can get some weapons around him and how he will progress. But the first 6 games haven't been good. And I caught this segment on one of the shows I used to watch on TV a lot. Anyway, they were talking to Troy Aikman, who started off 0-6 in his first year, and he went 1-15. They could beat the quarterback up a whole lot more back in when Troy Aikman played than what they can now. So I think Bryce Young, the way they play, everything is in these young quarterbacks' favor. He's got to get them weapons, protect him, and see if he can throw the ball to somebody other than Thielen. If he can throw the ball 30 yards down the field. Because that's what you need in the NFL. You got to move the ball. So, but anyway. Absolutely. So the next thing, obviously, the Cinderella story of the NFL to me is the Lions. So, I'm going to ask you, they play the Ravens next. Do you believe in the Lions?
I think the Ravens win that game.
And
it's a redemption, outright win.
It's no drama.
Ravens win
no drama, no late.
Ravens win by 4.
By 4?
Ravens win by 4.
And if the Lions have the ball late, they need a touchdown, and Ravens defense will stop them.
Yeah, defense going to stop them.
Okay.
Defense going to stop them because that means we've been stopping them all day.
And look, the Lions are the Cinderella story of the NFL, right? They beat the Chiefs week 1. Remember I talked about how the Aiden Hutchinson's family was mic'd up? They're the Cinderella story.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about this, right? Remember the Cinderella story in college football with Deion Sanders? What did that coach from Oregon say? The Cinderella story stops here today. That's what I think about that. That's what I think about the Lions going into Baltimore. M&T. On my job, I talk to people from M&T Bank who work for M&T Bank all day long, people. Yeah. There's no way I would pick the Lions in this game. But the Lions are good, though. I talked about how Jared Goff's career been better than some other quarterbacks, Dak Prescott in particular. and they are solid. I mean, but I think that I think the Ravens will come out with that victory. To me, this weekend we got some good games. We're going to talk about some proven games. We get into that section of the season to where they got the contenders and the pretenders, right? Yeah. Teams are starting to see who they are. Some teams are missing players now. Some teams are getting players back. So everybody's got to work through the injuries, right? You got to play through it. So we're going to see how some teams progress without some of their star players, and as some teams get their star players back, right? We're going to see. So the NFL never fails to deliver. So, you know what I mean? So there's one famous wide receiver said, get your popcorn ready. He got ran over by a car, looks like this past weekend or something. You think that's the story about him getting hit? Oh, it was some story. Somebody ran him over after a pickup game or something.
Oh, man.
I didn't read the whole story. But it's not just real. It's a true story, people. And he didn't kill him or nothing. They didn't get hurt bad. Maybe it's actually, I don't know. I mean, it's too many stories and clickbait for me to try to read, all the back. It's just way too much stuff out there. So, but it was an article. Didn't read it. But anyway, back to the current players. So we're going to talk about some of the, obviously, our black quarterbacks playing performance is what we primarily focus on. So I'll pick it up with the NFC, where all the black quarterbacks lost, except, and I was going to wear the jersey, like I said. I ain't got no Dak Prescott jersey, but I do got, remember Miles Austin?
Yeah.
I got a Miles Austin jersey. Yeah. He was the best wide receiver from the Cowboys at one point. Yeah. He went to play with the Browns too, I believe. After that,
He did.
yeah. But anyway, I was like, nah, I don't feel like being a Cowboy homer tonight. So anyway, I got a Cowboy hat too. Got the whole outfit for Halloween.
We should have wore it. You might not, you know what I'm saying?
For Halloween.
Pretend to be a Cowboys fan for Halloween. You
Right.
got to. Feel it hard, feeling out. You feel it. You feel the drive. Cowboys to the Super Bowl.
That's what cracks up about these diehard fans. You just see that
Cowboys
lady from
going.
the Chargers,
Yeah, they going crazy.
right?
Yeah.
And they lost. They keep hope alive. You know, I was thinking about something. Speaking of the Cowboys, right, with Jerry Jones,
Yeah.
there must be a memo or there must be a meeting with Jerry Jones every day. Don't say nothing bad about the Cowboys. Don't say nothing bad about Dak. I don't care how bad he played. You better not say nothing bad about Dak. Okay? Everybody got the word, right? Because whether Dak do good or bad.
Yeah.
And then I was like, man, that's why I don't even watch TV so much because I get tired of them spending an hour talking about the Cowboys and the Jets.
Depending on what show you watching. Depends like
Man, look, I try to
depends on the show. Some of them definitely pointed. Not necessarily different, better cable, but just some of them is super pointed. Certain people, everybody got their teams. Everybody got who they like. You know what I mean? So if I got that moment to throw it in there, just like I said, it seemed like my prediction from last week of that top 3, like it's shit. It's looking real good right now. Looking real good right now.
So as I said, in the NFC, all of them lost except Dak. So Desmond Ritter lost to the Commanders. Looked so bad, they want to bench him. That's I saw the articles. I posted at the website. If you read the commentary, you see all the links I posted, trying to keep it current with all the things that's going on. Desmond Ritter, they're talking about benching him. So they got an interesting game coming up this week.
I'll project it now. Kyler Murray. I said it early. I always felt it. Kyler Murray to the Falcons would be a good little match. You got the contract. You could build. You can keep moving forward. But Ritter,
No, he's not the guy. Yeah,
like,
they play the Buccaneers. We'll see what happens there. Justin Fields, he lost, hurt his thumb, may miss some starts. I saw some news. I didn't read it all yet, whether he's going to play or
Who's
not.
the backup?
I have no idea.
I don't either.
I have no idea.
You would think you know the backup of a mobile quarterback.
Geno Smith lost on the road to Cincy. He threw 2 INTs, wasted opportunities all day long. I mean, it was disgusting. Okay?
I didn't catch none of that game, but that's everything I did see, saw, witness, and read. All stated like Seattle gave that game
They
way
did.
more than Cincinnati winning.
They
that
did.
game.
Bryce Young, like I said, what's new? Says, when will he win a game? Let's take a look. Okay, so here's all the teams that the Texans play.
I got 2 wins.
Excuse me, not the Texans.
2 wins.
The Carolina plays
2
going
wins.
forward. So they got the Texans. I think you got a bye coming up. I think they're on bye this week. And then they got the Texans on October 29th.
That's a good one, but that Texas D is probably the best unit.
And
of
that's
all
rookie
the
versus
units
rookie.
involved.
And I'll take CJ Stroud all day long in that game.
And
And then-
Texas D.
Right. Then they got the Colts the next week. I don't know if Richardson will be back, but
No, he out for the season.
really they said,
Yeah,
okay.
he's
Oh,
done.
tragic. I'm sorry. I didn't even catch up on that news. Wow. He's
Yeah.
done. Wow. I'll still take the Colts.
I would.
Okay.
I would. And you at home? No, that's what. But Minshew's not bad. He's not a championship or playoff caliber quarterback.
Okay, maybe you think they
But-
could win there.
That's one of the ones that could be like. To me, they could possibly pull out 4 wins. I see 2 has to be wins.
Okay.
But the Texans and the Colts would be my 2 to push them
then
before.
they play Chicago.
You got to win that game.
They're at Chicago.
But you got to win that game.
Okay, so you think they
We
can
talking about maybe Fields not even playing.
right.
If Fields don't play to the backup, like you got to win that game. Like
So then they got the Cowboys coming.
that's the loss.
Okay, right. Then they go to Tennessee for the
That's the
Titans.
loss.
Then they go
That's the
Tampa
loss.
Bay at the Saints.
That's the loss.
And Falcons come to town.
That's got to be the next win.
And,
The Falcons going through a quarterback at this point. We tanking. We definitely in the Caleb Williams sweepstakes. At that point, with 4 games left in the season, you're in the Caleb Williams sweepstakes. So Panthers got to win that. If even if they lose all the other ones, that's the one you got to absolutely circle. That we have to win that game. The Falcons want you to win that game. They're gonna want you to win that game. So if you lose that game when the team trying to give it to you, it's worse than what we thought.
then after that, they got the Packers.
That's a loss.
at Jacksonville,
That's a loss.
and versus Tampa Bay.
That's a loss.
So
I think they lost. Like, they can go on a 3-game winning streak. They could possibly.
we'll see.
All you gotta do is catch fire. But the thing about it is, you got to get some of these wins to be able to change.
Yeah,
You got to change
That
the
mentality.
atmosphere in the locker room and the mentality. So like
he's
these
been
wins
struggling.
matter.
He's been struggling, no doubt. So I just wanted to see where a win might be. I think they're gonna be 0-17. So that's it to me.
I got them 2-4. I'm favoring on 1 with a win over the Falcons.
And then my last two here, Joshua Dobbs. Not much was expected from him, so whatever he does is a bonus. He lost last week.
That's what they want him to do. The interest is against Kyler Murray cleared to come back now.
I know, I see that.
He was cleared
I
to
see
come
that.
back. So that's going to be an interesting situation to see what the Cardinals do.
And then Jalen Hurts throws 3 TD. I give him the 3 TD award. That was Dak and Jordan Love 2 weeks ago. So he picked up that mantle. 3 3 interceptions. But 3 TDs. He had 3 interceptions, right?
I was going to say, wait, they still lost though.
He had 3 interceptions. I wrote TDs down, but it was 3 interceptions. I know he had, right? Yeah. He had 3 interceptions, not TDs. I'm tripping hard.
Does Julio make a difference in Philadelphia?
Is that who they I saw? Did they pick him up?
Julio Jones.
I don't know.
A lot of teams been having this. It's a new slogan going: off the couch to the play.
I saw somebody
A
else.
few of
say
these
that.
players came off the couch to the play and balling like some of these other men who don't want it. Some of these other
I don't
people
know,
don't
we'll
want
see.
it.
The only position that I would say is the most interesting outside of the quarterback is the diva wide receiver. So I don't know what you're getting with the wide receiver. The wide receivers are just like,
You just got to buy into the team.
yeah. And then Tyrod Taylor, he had miscues but played well.
The thing about it is, a hot second on the wide receiver.
Yeah.
Like, not to go back to Baltimore, but that's what I know, so I can really talk about Baltimore. But Baltimore
It's
has
the
never
only team you
paid,
like, people, of course.
Baltimore has never paid a receiver $15 million for a season.
Is that what Odell's getting?
And they paid Odell Beckham.
And what, he hurt after every play?
After every catch. Don't throw him the ball. Let's just get it to the playoffs what we paid him for. We played him for 4-5 games at the end of the season to host up that trophy. That's what that $15 million is going to. This regular season shit,
We'll
just use
see.
him as a decoy.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with that, man.
But
Yeah, okay. We'll see.
the diva wide receiver, where I'm going with it is the Baltimore fans ain't on Beckham. They ain't, what we doing? What we
No,
doing?
he
Think
don't
about
play.
the other fans, though. But think about the other fans in other cities and they be on your head. We paid you $15 million and you got 7 catches on the season in week 6.
Well, we'll see what happens, man. You know, I
I'm
love
just
the
saying.
Ravens. They just got to be
I'm just
consistent.
saying.
They
We
can't
got
keep-
the bigger picture.
We
know what
man,
we
the
paid
biggest
for.
picture,
We
whatever,
just need you there in
is that
playoffs
Lamar.
and
I
Super
get
Bowl.
it, but they can't win
We don't
kicking
need you in
field
week
goals.
4.
They can't kick field goals.
We
That's
can
how-
with that defense.
Okay, finally, like I said, Tyrod Taylor, he was expected to start. He had some miscues, but played well. Major miscues by him. At the half, that was a major one, right? He can't audible to a run with 5 seconds left and no timeout, right?
How?
You just throw the ball. I mean, hell, you get to you get to
What
stop
was the
play.
initial play call?
A pass. You roll out, throw it, either complete, touchdown, or incomplete. And then you still can kick the field goal.
Why not just kick the field goal in 5 seconds?
Look, I get that part,
The
but
coaching we talked about.
right,
why not
but
kick
when
the
you
field
get
goal?
that play, you can't audible to a run. Can't do that.
No, you can't.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
So
But
anyway,
Tyrod too old. He had his fame.
right. So let me get to the ones that won in the NFC, and that would be my man Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. Where he at? All the first half possessions they had 4 field goals and 1 touchdown. They had 6 first half possessions. They scored on 5 though.
Efficient.
Field goal wise.
Efficient.
It's not good.
Efficient. I bet 49ers wish they had a 45-yard field goal
Right now.
They had right now.
Yeah.
Efficient.
So they did well, and they missed the extra point because I kept looking at the score. I was like, was it 2 more field goals I missed? But anyway, They did get 4 field goals and 1 touchdown, 5 scores out of 6 possessions. In the second half, they had 5 drives, scored on only 2. It was 2 field goals.
Second half rough for us.
Yeah, and that game,
that's the scary thing.
The Titans didn't do much either in the second half.
No.
So it was kind of a wash. And then I believe Baltimore did in the game with the possession. So, and then I looked at the interesting thing. I looked at the time of possession. Baltimore did have 35 minutes to their 24.
We controlling the clock.
And Baltimore has 6 sacks. So.
And we on that ass.
Right. So. And then Ravens, guys, if you listen.
You seeing the stats that matter.
Right.
Man.
If you watch the videos, you gotta love the Ravens. I do. I still give them a hard time. He's got to be more efficient. You got to score touchdowns in the playoffs against those teams. Yeah. So. And then the other winner was Dak, right? In the NFC, I was holding out. I was like, if Dak didn't win that game, was it Monday night? Yeah. Primetime games are weird. We already know that. And that game had a weird flow to it. It was
low scoring, which you didn't.
But y'all want to hear something that's interesting? Both Dak and Lamar were 21 for 30. Interesting, huh? Dak had 272 yards. Lamar had 223. Dak's average was 9.1. Lamar's was 7.4. Each had 1 touchdown pass, and Lamar had an interception. But Dak had a rushing touchdown. He did get up in there for the rushing.
Yeah.
Lamar, I usually don't talk about the rushes, but Lamar obviously is a good rusher. He had a few rushing yards there. 13 rushing for 62 yards, and Dak had 40 on 7 carries. So Dak was sacked 5 times. Wow. Lamar was only sacked once. Lamar is good at not being sacked. I will say that.
A little bit.
Right. And so Dak, if y'all saw that game, they had 6 drives. They scored on 2 in the first half, right? First drive, a punt, 3 plays, -7 yards. Second drive, 9 plays, 75 yards. And was that the one? No, that was a punt too. Or not sure. They didn't score. But I think that was the one they scored. Third and fourth drives a punt. Yeah, they scored on the second drive. 9 plays, 75 yards.
Yeah.
Third and fourth drives were a punt. Fifth drive, Downs went forward on 4th and 1 yard line. 4th and 1 at the Chargers 13. These are some of the plays I think you can just line up and get 1 yard. Or kick the field goal.
And again, they say you don't lose the game in the first half, but you can set yourself up for losing the game in the first half. Yeah, and if the defense come out and play like shit and you down 28 points, game over. You know, lost it in the first half. So, you know what I mean? So, like, points at it, and a lot of us the feel of the game. Again, we talking about the 5th drive, so we getting close to halftime. Nobody's scoring.
But then on the 6th drive, they did get that field goal to end the half.
But
I know
they could have got a little more there. Now that 6, that's like you got to understand the flow of the game.
Right, too. And then in the second half, it was 3 possessions, and they went all. First possession, the punt. Tyrone or my man Smeeze is talking about that first possession of the second half, and then on the second possession of the second half, they did score a touchdown, another touchdown. And then the third one, they scored that field goal, which was a game-winning field goal. So,
but Dak took them down to getting. Like, the interesting thing about that is Dak didn't play great, but if you're expecting Dak to be the reason why the Cowboys get to the Super Bowl,
good luck.
Good luck. You know what I'm saying? You better off going to the lottery tickets, going to the casino. Like, good luck on that. Because at the end of the day, like, Dak ain't that quarterback.
No.
He is supercharged Trent Dilfer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He can throw a little bit better. He can make a couple plays, but there's no mobility. There's no extra. Like, he's a true game manager.
Right.
And at this point, as long as he ain't turning the ball over, he put y'all in position. And I even thought to myself before the big plays happened, like I was telling you how, like, if Dallas think they're a Super Bowl team, right now is where they got to prove it. Stop the Chargers from going down. And I think, 3 points where they could have got a field goal and tied it up.
Right.
Touchdown would have won it. But my thing is, if the Cowboys think they really want to the Super Bowl, this defense is why y'all going to get there. Same reason why I feel the Ravens going to get there is the defense, not the offense.
And the Cowboys defense stopped them.
And the Cowboys defense stopped them.
Like Parsons.
Michael Parsons. So what he did, showed up. The AFC, like you said, it was a funny day all weekend that day. Russ, I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, the Thursday night game, no empty calories for Russ. So he's 13 for 22, 95 yards. 95 yards. 95.
Not 100.
Oh. And it's just like, but the thing about it is you take it, like I said, the empty calories. You done went to the facility and they put you on a real diet. Look how quick that weight fall off when it's empty calories. We ain't eating nachos and Doritos and chips and all the nasty stuff all day. Empty calories fall off. You start, immediately weight drop. And it was just a terrible day for the Broncos. And to this point, the Broncos queuing up to cover us. And I feel like Russ will be in broadcasting next year. That's my opinion. Honestly, that's my opinion. Mahomes, the same thing. A lot of people got the Chiefs up there. I feel like empty calories in the record. You've beaten nobody. The one real game you had was the Lions, and you lost. Your offense looked terrible. And Mahomes, 30 for 40, 306, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Like, the Chiefs just don't have that explosive offense.
No, they don't. They don't look. But everybody's banging on them as far as that. I just think they're a team until you beat them when it matters, and they'll just chug along, and they'll win. They're gonna win that division, and they'll be there when the playoffs come. We'll see what happens.
And the surprising things with the Chiefs, though, and this is why I say they will be a tough out, but I feel like a good team can put them out.
Oh yeah.
And my reasoning why is for what they kind of lacking a little bit on the offensive side, they defensive came forward. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of balances out. So, and again, that winner mentality, that winning culture, you're going to win those close games, and that defense is doing it enough just to make it a close game. Because even the loss to the Lions was a close game.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you definitely going to have to beat the Chiefs. I'm not saying.
Right. That's the beauty of the NFL.
At the end of the day, they beat them.
Right.
For years past,
everybody beat
the Chiefs didn't look beatable.
Right. They did.
They didn't look beatable.
That's the beauty of the NFL.
And then you got Tua. The Dolphins started off. This the one thing to me, like I said, the Dolphins, the Eagles, they the mirror image of the AFC, NFC team, in my opinion. The Dolphins, you want to kind of put them up there, but you got that hesitation. You can even probably throw the Lions, like the question we had with the Lions. You can even kind of throw the Lions in there, but it's like, is this really believable? And it's just too many times. You just don't let the Panthers go up 14-0 on you if you got aspirations for a Super Bowl. Against a little better caliber team,
NFL, man.
You may not come back.
It's a phrase any given Sunday for a reason, man.
It is.
With these teams, so,
It is. Anything can happen, but you're in control of what happens.
Yeah, to a degree. That's why good call, bad call.
Don't put yourself in that situation.
I'm just saying.
That's my thing to the call. Don't put yourself in that situation. I get it. But then we got C.J. Stroud, Houston Texans. I've been telling y'all, if you can catch the Texans, watch them.
Rookie extraordinaire, buddy. C.J.
The one thing C.J. did throw his first pick.
Yeah, he did.
Had he won that game and not thrown a pick, he would have been the first quarterback in NFL history to go 7 straight games without an interception.
You know their first pick in regular season?
Who?
49er quarterback.
You did?
Yes. That Brown defense got him.
But Stroud ended up, again, that game, I didn't get a chance to watch it. I just kind of saw a few highlights, saw a couple articles, read up on it. Stroud had 199 yards passing, 13 for 27, 2.1 touchdown to interception ratio, sacked 2 times. But in that game, the key to it was, I think, more the Saints, not to get off track, but the emptiness of the Saints offense. You know what I mean? C.J. Stroud did enough not to lose that game.
Right.
At home.
That's what I'm saying.
And that was a big game, a big win.
I know Saints might have a good
that goes a long way. Even if the Houston doesn't win another game, that goes a long way to kind of changing that culture.
I don't know why you got so much faith in the Saints, man. They offense is suspect.
I do.
They suspect. Bro.
I got faith in the defense.
Okay, I'll tell you. I'm just going to say this. The South Division in both conferences is horrible. And no matter what team winning is doing anything in the playoffs, or whoever wins their division in both conferences is going to be the last. They're going to lose in the first round. If they don't, they're not going anywhere far. That's what I think
I
about
can see it. I mean, based on the teams other than the Saints when they get there, because they going
Yeah,
on.
okay, there you go. Okay.
I feel it. I feel
Okay.
it. I
All
don't
right.
know why.
All
Something
right.
tells me.
All right.
Like parts of me want to kind of damn why the Saints like just.
No, man, neither one. Okay.
I guess I might have a little more faith in Derek Carr. Now you got a substantial defense. Now you're in a conference that could set you up for a high seed.
Right. And nothing. Okay.
All right, man. But that's my wrap up of the AFC.
All right, people. Session 11, week 6 in NFL. Week 7 coming up. If you're watching the videos, we appreciate it. If you're reading the commentary at the website, we'll try to keep it relevant. What's going on in the NFL for real though. And look, some teams don't have a chance. But the NFL, keep hope alive. That hope flag, I tell you, they be having conference meetings every day. Do not say anything negative about anybody on any team, okay? Just tell them they're going to win this week, even if there's no chance.
At the end of the day,
Your team has a chance.
come next week,
But
pretty much all I'm going to be saying is
they don't have a chance, people.
the Lions are what we thought they were.
All right.
And we will get that W, and we'll send the little kittens back home.
All right. Keep
And
up
that'll
alive.
make up for those 2 losses.
Right. The
And
Cinderella
we will
story
be the best
stops
team.
here. Stops today. This game ain't played in Detroit. No. This game played in Baltimore.
Not at the bank.
That's
What I
people.
say, take it to the bank.
Take it to the bank. Peace. Love you.